News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. There's your closing bell for this Tuesday on Wall Street. It started out with a rally, but dropped when the White House confirmed tariffs taking effect tonight. We're going to get into all of that shortly, but first, let's bring you the closing numbers. We do it for you each day here at Bloomberg. The S&P 500 lost 79, almost 80 points, and it is flirting now with a bear market. Not quite there yet. NASDAQ down 335 points. The Dow down 320 points. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.26%. And the 2-year yield at 3.71%. President Trump is planning to implement tariffs on Chinese goods amounting to 104% just after midnight. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
He believes that China wants to make a deal with the United States. He believes China has to make a deal with the United States. It was a mistake for China to retaliate. The president, when America is punched, he punches back harder. That's why there will be 104% tariffs going into effect on China tonight at midnight.
Testifying before the Senate Finance Committee, Jamieson Greer, the U.S. Trade Representative, stressed that negotiations are the goal. Ranking Democrat Ron Wyden asked about that.
Will higher tariffs go into effect tomorrow?
Yes, they're scheduled to go into effect. We are having negotiations with all kinds of countries at this time. What we've told them is if you have a better idea to achieve reciprocity and to get our trade deficit down, we want to talk to you. We want to negotiate with you.
U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer and San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly says she's looking for more clarity around trade.
We got more clarity last week, but we don't have complete clarity because there's still, this morning we learned that the Secretary of Treasury said 70 countries are already in negotiations.
Mary Daly speaking in a moderated discussion on the economic outlook and work of the Federal Reserve in Provo, Utah. Chicago Fed President Austin Goolsbee says policymakers may not be able to wait for the economic impact of tariffs to show up in government data and instead should be actively talking to businesses to gauge the effects in real time. Goolsbee says tariffs are way bigger than he anticipated and that states that rely on manufacturing could be hardest hit. Former Treasury Secretary and Wall Street Week contributor Lawrence Summers tells Bloomberg we haven't seen the end of this yet.
I suspect we're going to have volatile markets for some time to come, and no one can know, but my judgment is that I'd be surprised if the bottom is yet in with respect to this phase and markets.
Bloomberg contributor Larry Summers speaking with Wall Street Week host David Weston. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, appearing before the UK Liaison Committee, told MPs that Trump's tariffs are, quote, very challenging.
I'm obviously very disappointed to see tariffs in place. I don't think they are good for our economy or for economies around the world. My instinct is that we shouldn't jump in with both feet to retaliate. So in that sense, I'm not changing my plans. I think calm, collected response. Obviously, we have to keep our options on the table.
Starmer said the UK should talk with other countries about lowering trade barriers between them. The Prime Minister says he doesn't think the tariffs are just a passing phase. He called it a changing world order. And behind the scenes at the White House, there are debates over these tariffs. In a series of social media posts, Tesla CEO and Doge figurehead Elon Musk blasted White House trade advisor Peter Navarro as, quote, dumber than a sack of bricks and truly a moron. That's after Navarro told CNBC that Musk is a car assembler who benefits from cheap foreign-made parts. Bloomberg technology host Ed Ludlow.
There is certainly a rift between Elon Musk and others around Donald Trump on the issue of tariffs, right? There were reports over the weekend that Musk had made a direct appeal to Trump in the hours that preceded the news of Monday and the markets of Monday to rethink the tariff stance.
Bloomberg's Ed Ludlow reporting. The Supreme Court has blocked a judge's order to reinstate 16,000 federal workers in 6 government departments, granting President Trump's request. The decision allows the administration to fire employees who are not covered by a similar order in Maryland, where workers in 19 states and the District of Columbia must be kept on paid administrative leave. Justices Sonia Sotomayor and Ketanji Brown Jackson dissented. Hackers intercepted about 100 bank regulators' emails for more than a year, gaining access to agency deliberations and sensitive bank details. Sources tell Bloomberg that attackers were able to monitor employee emails at the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency after breaking into an administrator's account. The intrusion was discovered earlier this year, and the affected email accounts have since been disabled. The hackers accessed more than 150,000 emails from June of 2023 until they were discovered and ousted earlier this year. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. This is Bloomberg.